Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Here I go again with a new video. I'm just here mixing up a glitter color for my nails. I could have stayed with my nails for a longer time, but I just wanted to change my shape already. I love the shape of these nails, don't get me wrong, but it's a little harder to work. I don't know why it was harder for me to pick up stuff. It was harder for me to do hair. I was like, what is wrong with me? But this shape is super pretty. It's beautiful. I love it. I feel like it looks really classy. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I'm just here creating what I want to do. But I asked my boyfriend, what should I do for my next nails? Like, what color should I do? And he was like, white and gold. And I'm like, what? If you know me, you guys know I never do white on my nails or never do pink and white. And I was like, what can I do? So since he said white and gold, I decided to do white and gold and some pink. So I can't believe I have pink and white nails still. I did a fill and design change afterwards, so I'll post that video for you guys later. I'm like tired, you guys. Oh, excuse me. I got here early because I don't have any appointments till 10 a.m. It's 7 a.m. already, but I'm packing up. I'm packing up the online store, so probably we'll close the online store by Valentine's Day. So anybody can make orders for the next 5 days. After that, you guys, I'm gonna close. So yeah, I think I might close for maybe the longest I will close is a month, but I'm hoping just aiming for 2 weeks. Oh, excuse me. But in case anything, I will close for, I'm just aiming to close for 2 weeks, but if anything happens, you guys will be updated. I thought I had 3 weeks left, but no, it looks like the month is gonna end in like about 2 weeks and a half. So I need to pack up my suite. I'm kind of excited for these new changes. Can't wait. So I'll keep you updated, you guys. Oh my God, I'm excited. It's stressed out at the same time because I have to pack. And I want to pack really organized where I know where everything is at. So that's my goal for today. Like, I have a lot of bins I can just pack up, nail tips, all this good stuff. So we'll see how long I take to pack. So let me get started with that. All I used in this video was gold glitter. As you can see, I ended up not using that mix, I believe. I think I just used the glitter mix I made, but I don't know why I kept that in the video. And then the pink that I'm using for my French, it's Cover Cool Pink with pink, what do you call it? The Lunar Dust acrylic. You guys know that all my nudes and pinks are actually custom mixed by me. So I like to make my own nudes. And I'm always using Cover Cool Pink, Satin Clear or Clear, and Lunar Dust pigments just to make them either pink or, and if you don't want the shimmer look, just add a little bit. Don't add too much. The pink I use now, I did a lot of the pink, so it looks really shimmery. It's a pretty pink. I love how it looks. I'm running low on it because people been liking it when they see it on me. I don't know why I'm mixing all this stuff together, you guys. Because I ended up just using just a regular gold glitter I mixed initially. So I don't know why I left it. And then I have a tip for you guys. Lately, so I bought new brushes from Savvy Land. I just wanted to try new brushes. They're pretty inexpensive. I wonder if I'm gonna add them to my Amazon storefront. If you guys always wonder where I get a lot of my supplies from, Amazon is where I go. So I've linked all the stuff on on there so you guys know exactly where or what I purchased. Sorry you guys, my mind is everywhere right now that I can't concentrate. So if I'm like it's because I'm forgetting what I'm talking about. But yeah. See, I'm lost. Oh, well, I was going to tell you about this. So I've purchased several acrylic brushes, right? I have a collection of them. And lately, what I've been doing is, you guys gonna be shocked, but I noticed it changed the way the acrylic brush works, if I make any sense. I just felt like it made it way easier to work with. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but this is the fourth or fifth brush I've used to make sure that it is doing the same thing, and it is. So I'm starting to believe that, okay, when you guys buy a new brush, it has this glue on it, right, to keep the bristles compacted together so it won't get misshapen. So I had gotten a brush that had too much of it. Like, I was like trying to, I grabbed the brush and was trying to get some of the glue off, and I noticed that it was taking too long for the acetone to remove it, monomer, all that stuff. But that always happens to all the brushes. I don't know what I was showing you guys here. But I decided to clean it with soap because the glue, water makes it soluble. So I cleaned it with dish soap, really, really good. And then obviously acetone dehydrates water. So acetone is a dehydrator. That's what I use to clean nails. I even put a little bit of pure acetone in a nail polish jar just whenever I feel like I can see moisture in the nail. I just apply a little coat and it dehydrates any moisture from your nail bed. So you don't really necessarily need a dehydrator if you have acetone. But I feel like sometimes, I don't know what I'm saying. But okay, I cleaned my brush, the glue off the brushes, with soap. I try to squeeze out all the water out of it, and then I dipped it in acetone so the acetone can dehydrate all that moisture, and use my brush the next day. Left it in, shaped it up, left it, and used it the next day. And I was like, why is my brush working so amazing right now? And I believe it's because I cleaned out all that gunk out with the soap from a brand new brush. So I decided to get a number 20 and a number 16 from my store and did the same thing. And I was like, why are they working even better than I'm used to? It made it, I just don't think the glue that's on those brushes gets dissolved with acetone or alcohol or anything. The soap and water helped better than anything. It instantly removed that glue from the brush. And now I'm more in love with my brushes. I was like, my brushes are not, it was just weird, you guys, because the brushes were not, acrylic was not really sticking to them. It was coming right off. I usually get acrylic in my brushes, you guys. I don't know what I'm talking about in this video. Probably I don't know. Oh, okay, you guys. I'm gonna cut off the video now. And I guess I'm talking about something here, so see you later. I'm gonna just repeat this section of the video so you guys can, I'm talking about something. I don't know. Okay, you guys, well, I'm out. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. You got 5 more days. I'm gonna just say 4 more days to purchase anything from the online store. It could be, so I know my plans have changed, but let's see what we're talking about in this video. Bye. I accidentally left my number 20 brush in acetone overnight because last night I was tired, and I always soak my brushes right after I use them, but I was so tired that I left it in there and it messed up my bristles, like the tip of my bristles, and I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if you guys could see. I don't know. Oh, this camera is in. Give me a second. Oh, hopefully I didn't mess anything up. Okay. Oh, I made me a coffee. Because when I get out of here, I gotta go straight to the laundry. Since this is a white set, I don't see myself like doing a bunch of rhinestones. Probably maybe 2 nails, but we'll see. I want to tell you guys about my bead method. Obviously I do the classic bead method, and this one is the one I use when I'm doing the little fills, clear layers. Like, I don't dab, I drain. So, you know, obviously this is my number 20, so I just make sure all the bubbles are out, and then I drain from the beginning of the brush once, twice, 3 times, and I tap the acrylic 1, 2, 3, and it should be like that amount of that big of a bead. Obviously when you use a smaller brush, the bead is smaller, but I take in consideration that I am using a large bead because I really want the clear to cover my whole nail bed. And I always dip the tip of my brush just to moisten it. You know, I don't gotta dip the whole brush in there. For the pinky, I'm actually gonna drain 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and dip once. You see it still picks up a good amount of polymer. What I don't want to happen, basically, the tip here is that you don't want your acrylic to be flowing everywhere. You want it to work with you, not against you. You know, number one thing to know is, like, study your brush, study your monomer and your polymer. Not all polymers and monomers are created equal. So whenever I buy new acrylic, I do test it out. I use several methods. I guess I'm gonna teach you something in this video before I get to the design. But for example, these are my small, medium to dry beads. I use, let's say if I'm gonna pick up a tiny bead, well, with a big brush, I would drain 5 to 6 times. So let's say if I drain 6 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm only gonna tap my powder once. You see the size of that bead? Really tiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times, I dip twice. Bead gets slightly bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I dip 3 times. You can wait 5 to 10 seconds. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Dip 2 times. Then 1, 2. When I drain twice, I dip twice or 3 times also. Then when I do once, I dip 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this one I messed up. I dip, no, I think it was this one. You have to dip, so it was, hopefully that makes sense. So when I dip my brush in a powder once, that's when I drained 6 times. So you kind of reverse it, if you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna write it down on a little paper, but these are my fill beads, like my tiny smaller beads. Your classic method would be one, like I go as far as 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I drain 4 times, I dip 1 time. When I do 3 times, I dip 3 times. When I dip 2 times, I dip 4 times. When I dip once, I dip 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times. So my beads get slightly bigger. These are just my smaller, drier beads, and these are my wetter beads. These are the beads I mainly use for color, for when I apply colors, encapsulate, and stuff like that. Sometimes I drain when I want drier beads. So this side is when I want drier, medium. I wouldn't say medium to dry beads, and these are your medium to wet beads. Okay, if that makes sense. Like for example, I'm gonna use a 3. I'm gonna use a 4. I'm gonna dab 1 time, right? Let's say once, and then my pink acrylic, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully I dab, I kind of tap off the excess. I wait like about 5 to 10 seconds. Then I'm gonna apply it in the center. Since it is gonna be a smile line, I'm gonna spread it left to right while I kind of make this area flush. Take in consideration, you want the smile line to start at the same points on the side walls. I'm starting right where my natural smile line actually is. And then, you start working in, kind of like tucking, pushing, patting your smile line. So right now I'm just gonna pat to get the acrylic the same thickness from left to right. So I'm gonna tap, and then I'm gonna start pushing and shaping the smile line. Hopefully I can kind of see. Okay, that's a little too high. So since it's a little too high, I'm gonna actually push like this. You should also learn how much time you have with your beads. You should have about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes of being able to shape and sculpt your acrylic. Your acrylic, you should not be chasing your acrylic, you guys, your monomer or whatever. It's like, that's too much work. That's too much work. I'm so far happy with this. I am gonna go back and file the smile line. I really think this one's way longer than this hand, but I mean, it's almost setting, so I'm gonna file a little extra when I'm shaping. I'm happy with the thickness. Always look at it through the front, the sides, see the thickness of it. Now I want like a medium size bead, so I'm gonna do the 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tap off the excess. Wait like 5 to 10 seconds. I always love to do this right here. As you can see, the monomer has reached all the polymer. Now that I put my bead, I start. It's more like a push and tuck type of thing when going around the cuticle. I'm gonna wipe the back of my brush. I just want to thin out the bristles, don't want to drain it completely, just so I am able to seal around the cuticle area. As you can see, it's like a tap and tuck type thing. Then with the corner of my brush, I'm just gonna wet it and do the same thing to the other side. Tap and tuck, and then I feather up. Tap and tuck and feather up. Don't judge my brush. Okay, this is just how I use it. Every time I dip, I try and shape it back up again. As you can see, whenever I'm working with my brushes, I always flare them out as I use it. So now I'm gonna do a larger bead just to cover this dent area right here. 1, 2, 3. Wait, do I want to use 3 beads or 4 beads? You should also train or memorize, I want to say, how much every bead you pick up spreads. So like, you kind of should already visualize the amount of acrylic you need to pick up in order for you to accomplish what you need to accomplish. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna try my best to teach y'all something, okay? So then, I think I need like about a medium-sized bead for that. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You want to have the same consistency for every nail, like no matter what you are doing on the nail. I'm just tapping up to blend that acrylic, tapping left to right to make sure it's spread out evenly through both sides, and bam. I'm barely touching this acrylic when I am feathering up, okay? I need it to be a little thicker, so I'm gonna do a bigger bead because this bead is, I'm gonna bring it from here to here just so I can also add an apex. So 1 time, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapped 4 times. You see how it's already glossy? It's about 5 to 10 seconds. And I'm gonna move my acrylic all the way to the tip till my brush releases itself. Then push to the center. Then, you know, push and tuck here, just so that monomer blends with the previous monomer place. Tap left to right to make sure that acrylic is distributed evenly left to right, and then whatever, just feather this down. Whatever becomes excess right here and around the smile line, you can just clean it up like this or feather it back. Also, I am gonna file, so that was a piece of coffee. So you see the thickness I use for this length of nails for my smile line. It shouldn't be that hard, you guys. I'm telling you, you guys just have to memorize how these beads work. But these are like the beads, my favorite beads to use all the time. Let me show you another nail. Let me see. I'm gonna show you like this one. Basically what I pick up, I already know in my mind how much space coverage I'm getting. So if I drain this bead once, right, I want to cover from like here to here. It might not reach all the way here, but the goal is to reach it all the way there. So I'm gonna pick up a large bead. So I'm gonna dab once. 1, 2, 3, 4. White picks up real big, and you see, and it takes a little longer sometimes. This time I'm not gonna let it get all the way glossy. I'm instantly gonna place the bead because white is a color that is really hard to work with. But as you can see, I'm not chasing it right now. Before it starts spreading everywhere, I'm gonna push my bead around to the center, and then I'm gonna tap left to right. See how I'm not exaggeratedly chasing it while it's still setting and stuff. I don't know how to explain it. I just dip the tip because I don't want to contaminate my my monomer with white pigment. So right now I'm just gonna start dabbing by tapping my acrylic, basically tapping left to right, making sure I'm distributing, you guys know what I'm saying, the acrylic evenly throughout the whole nail. As you can see, I'm still pushing and pulling, tapping, and I'm doing this pretty softly because we're not trying to remove any acrylic. And I just push up, tuck back up, spread it. Oh, I gotta clean my brush because then I start getting acrylic inside my brush. I always do that, you guys. I'm guilty of that. So just to clean it off, just, you know, dip it in your monomer, not all the way. So what I'm gonna do right now is look at it from the tip and see the thickness. As you can see, I can remove some of that acrylic on the sides. Not really, I'm not gonna remove it. I'm actually gonna try and push it to the center because the center is super thin. If I just can't do that, or the monomer is already setting too much, then I just rather push it off the nail tip. So I'm gonna press a little harder just because this acrylic is setting already, and just take that little excess acrylic that's in this corner and start reshaping. Now I need a tiny bead, super tiny bead, because I like my monomer to look consistent in color. So I can see, maybe it's just me, but I can see right here in the middle it's a little translucent. So I'm gonna drain my brush completely, like literally completely, where it's almost no monomer. in the brush. And I'm gonna just touch it once, and look how much acrylic I still pick up after draining most of it. I'm just gonna put that there and feather it up. Now I'm happy with that. I'm gonna add another bead here because I don't like that little area, so I'm gonna drain my brush 3 times and dip 3 times in my powder. I'm not gonna wait for it to sit. I just want it to be enough to do that. I don't know, you guys. Sorry, I suck at explaining. Okay. But it's easy, you guys. It's easy. Just yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm stupid. What was I gonna say? I mean, I suck at explaining stuff, but I want you to basically, these are the main tips I want you to know when applying acrylic. Step number 1, choose your brush. Pick your brush, right? If you don't want to pick up huge beads like this, best size is number 12. Size number 12 would be your best bet to start off doing nails. Step number 2, learn your brush. Learn how much liquid your brush picks up, can hold. Learn how much liquid stays in your brush when it's drained completely. Learn how much powder your brush picks up. It's more like studying it, remembering it. It's like every time I pick up a bead, I should already know in my head how much it's gonna spread out and how it's gonna shape and mold with the consistency I picked up, or with the ratio I picked up, okay? If that makes sense. Like for example, if I'm picking up like a medium sized bead, I should know that my medium sized bead should be able to spread from, let's say, from this white line here to like here, right? So my medium bead to me is 3 dabs. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna tap 3 times. So then I'm gonna place my bead, and I let my brush release the bead. I don't force it off. I push to the center, push to the center. Since this is an ombre, I like to, whatever liquid is left on my brush, I like to kind of dab it there, and then feather up, and up. And I just keep, and it should be the same amount of how can you say, the same thickness from left to right. But you see, like, I already knew how much it was gonna spread. It spread from that area to this area, like I said. So I already have that memorized in my head. Let's do a smaller bead. 1. So this one's gonna be my medium to dry beads, because I want it. All right. If I explain myself, I'm gonna drain it this time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. For some reason, when I do the 3 dabs or 3 drains, and then when I drain, I never wait, because there's less liquid in my brush. I don't need to be waiting, so my bead is already ready to work. I'm gonna wipe the back of my brush just to thin out the tip, and now I'm gonna seal my cuticle with the brush. I'm gonna feather the center, clean my brush, thin out the ends, and seal my side walls. Do the same thing again and seal my side. And I am putting a little bit of pressure. And see, I didn't like overly flood my cuticles. It's like perfectly sealed. Sometimes I don't even need to drill or shape around, but I just still do it because I want to. Hopefully you guys, I caught that on camera. I'm gonna do a small bead here in this little blend line. I'm not tripping too much about the blend because I'm gonna do rhinestones. So the rhinestones here are gonna kind of not make you pay too much attention to that ombre. So I'm gonna drain it five times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm only gonna dip once. So it's a really small, the smallest bead this brush picks up. I'm gonna place it there. I'm gonna feather it up. Then softly blend. Usually acrylics that are not that see-through are kind of harder to blend, at least for me, but I'm not caring about that right now. But yeah, you guys, let me repeat myself again. Maybe I'm gonna add to it or repeat myself, or I'm gonna miss something. Oh my god, excuse me. Like I said again, I want you to learn and study your brush. Learn and study your liquid, your polymers. All polymers were created differently, okay? But for the most part, they all do the same thing. It's just you need to work, or not work, but practice your monomer, because I don't know how to explain it. Oh my god. Just learn the consistency that works best for you. This is a consistency that works best for me, but just also keep in mind that when you are picking up monomer and then picking up your polymer, that you already have in your head the exact see, you guys, this is why I don't teach y'all nothing, but I want you to know how much. Okay, let me just show you. So if I'm gonna pick up a large bead, right? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. No, a larger bead is like, I'm gonna do 2 taps actually. 1, 2. And I'm gonna dip 4 times in my monomer. I'm gonna place it here because I know that this bead is gonna reach to the tip. I'm gonna, you know, blend that area, push my monomer to the center, and then, you know, dab, dab, start working it, and then feather it down. I already knew and had an idea in my head that this bead was gonna reach my tip. You see that? The tip is encapsulated. So now I'm gonna go the next size up because I don't need that much of coverage. I need coverage from here to here. So my next bead would be 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna dip how many times, you guys? How many times? 3 times. 1, 2, 3. But I never place it on the exact empty space. I place it a little bit up from that area. And remember, let your brush release itself from the monomer. Clean my brush. You can either feather it up like this, or like tap it up. Clean my brush. You know, this monomer is already flowing perfectly, that all I gotta do right now is just feather down. So that added some of my apex and filled a bit of that dent here in the middle. You can kind of see it. If you can't, I don't know, girl, but so now I need a small bead. I just need to fill that little gap. I'm telling you, so every bead I pick up, I already know the exact amount it's gonna spread, whatever I'm gonna place. And I've noticed I waste less monomer and I waste less powder when I have that in my head, you know, because if you noticed, there's not, you don't even see pink polymer on my paper towel, just the white from what I'm showing you. So now I need a smaller bead, so I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 taps, and then I'm gonna do 1, 2. I'm only gonna dip 2 times. Also, you know, you can do this method however which way you want. So now I'm gonna feather up from that gap, and then I'm gonna feather down. You see that? I'm happy with that. I don't want to mess with it. I think I just want to add a little bit of clear here. I don't know if you guys can see, it's like weird. So I'm gonna do a small bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I do it 5 times, I only touch my powder once. Use the tip of my brush. Oops. Then feather up. Kind of got some clear right there. Just wipe it off. Okay, I'm happy with that, you guys. I'm not, you know. So hope you guys learned something, and hope you enjoy the rest of the video. And see ya when I see y'all, you guys. If I end up talking or voice overing the rest, you'll hear that. But for the most part, hope you guys learned something. Oh no, you know what? Before I go, I'm just gonna write down the formula for you guys. Or I think I already wrote it down. I did not write it down. Okay. Medium to dry beads, smaller beads, if that makes sense. Medium to dry beads, which is the consistency of the bead, and then smaller beads, it's the size of it, right? So this would be liquid, and then powder. This is some of the main formulas I use when I do remember fills, my clear and my clear layer. So the smallest beads will be for like pinky. Usually like the 3 middle ones are for like these nail lengths, and then the largest one would be for the thumb sizes. That's just how my brain works, you guys. Hopefully that makes sense. So this liquid, this one would be considered draining, right? Drain, and then the tap. So if you drain your bead 5 times, you're gonna tap one time. If you drain your bead 4 times, you're gonna tap twice. So the less you drain, the more liquid is in your brush and the more powder you can pick up, right? So if you do it drain 3 times, then you tap 3 times. If you drain 2 times, oops, let me just scoop it over. Oh, I knew it. Oh well, whatever, I already messed it up. So if I drain 2 times, I'm gonna tap 4 times. If I drain 1 time, I'm gonna tap 5 times. And I'm gonna go from small, medium, large, extra large, extra large beads. Does that make sense, you guys? But these are the medium to drier side beads, right? Now these would be these beads right here are considered the ones that you use when you apply solid nails, like 1 beads applications, like using color pigments, glitters. That's what these beads are going to be mainly used for. So these beads are for like how I showed you, when you have like a little gap, you just need a quick little bead. This is the bead I like to use. So then this would be I'm gonna just still say like a medium to wetter side, medium to wet, medium to larger beads. These, even because you're draining, they're gonna be way smaller than these beads. So these are both gonna, I'm gonna just say dab, what? Dab and tap. That's just maybe it's gonna make more sense. So again, you guys already seen, I would consider this a dab, like 1, 2, 3, right? You can say dab or tap, whatever you want to call it. So if I dab my brush, I think the most I've dabbed the brush is 4 times, to be honest. If you dab 4 times, oh shit, you are gonna tap. Usually you can tap once or twice. So I'm gonna say for medium, not medium, you guys, yeah, like a medium, or damn, this is hard to say. Either it could be wet or dry or in the middle. What would I call it? Like medium? Girl, I'm acting like I'm high or something. But okay, and this is the wetter part. So if you want a wetter bead, 1 time. A more drier bead, I'll just leave, no, yeah, let's just say like that. A drier bead, 2 times. If I dip 3 times, literally same thing. 3 times, wetter, 2 times. If you dab 2 times, you can do 4 times for a wetter bead, 3 times. Why am I adding the W when I did whatever? If I dab 1 time, obviously 5 times, a wetter bead, 2 times. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Obviously, I will consider this a small bead, medium bead, large bead, extra large bead. But these beads are way bigger because there's more monomer on the brushes than the powder. Just use it, you guys. Use this method or whatever, this formula of working with whatever. So I gotta finish. It's 2:04. I still gotta go do laundry after this. I already got the laundry in my car, and I probably might not do rhinestones. But yes, I am. But I don't know. All right, you guys. Bye. Let me get to working. Okay.